And welcome back here. We are the real fanboys. We got the fanboy himself.
What's up, guys? How we doing? We're back at it.
And Tony here. We are doing a review on the Star Wars Mandalorian Chapter 16 season finale of Season 2.
Holy shit, guys, let me tell you, it was probably one of the best episodes I've ever seen in my life, and it made me proud to be a Star Wars fan once again.
So we're going to get right into this for you guys. Just to let you know, spoiler alert, so if you haven't seen it, I recommend go checking it out.
Guys, this is really going to change your life. If you're a Star Wars enthusiast, go out and see it right now because it cannot be waited for, okay?
So, I mean, the opening scene starts off with hot pursuit with Boba Fett. I mean, how'd you feel about that, Vince?
First thing is seeing Slave One, of course, always puts a smile on my face. I like that they were chasing the Imperial shuttle, and then immediately we knew who that doctor was. It was the doctor that was taking care of Grogu in Season 1.
Mm-hmm.
They infiltrate the ship, okay? And the moment that the doctor says that, Grogu is okay, two of the pilots stand up. One of them says, hey, I don't want to get shot. I'm out of here. The other one grabs the doctor almost like a chokehold and puts a blaster to his face.
The one that stands true to the Empire's cause.
That's right. And what happens there is a cool scene because we get to see the differentiation of both sides. This guy has a moment with Cara Dune where he says, he's antagonizing her like, hey, the justification for you guys blowing up 2 Death Stars is perfectly okay for what we did to Alderaan.
For blowing up your planet.
Exactly, okay? And in one case, I kind of see his
perspective?
Yeah, his perspective, because he literally said there were millions of people on those battle stations. So, I mean, in one hand, I understand, but in the other hand, fuck the Empire, Yeah. But Cara Dune definitely couldn't take that. So just sitting there and taking shot after shot of him just saying dumb shit about her home world, she takes a pop shot of him, shoots him right through the eyes, and that's the final end of that. After enlisting the help of Bo-Katan, they all set out to find Grogu, each with their own reason to find Moff Gideon. Mm-hmm. On one hand, we have Bo-Katan, which wants to find him because he has the possession of the Darksaber, which allows... Right? Which, Anthony, what does it do?
It allows you to be the rightful ruler of Mandalore.
That's right. It allows you to be the fucking rightful ruler of Mandalore. So, of course, she wants it. It can only be one in, I believe... Does
it really explain why she wants to rule Mandalore, or she just has a power trip?
No, I believe, and please, if I'm wrong, you guys correct me in the comment sections, but I believe that it's been in her family for a very long time, and then she lost it, so she wants to be the ruler again. She wants it back in Mandalore hands, and without that, either way, you can't have a ruler for Mandalore. So there is no rightful ruler.
Okay.
And I believe you have to win it in ritual combat or one-on-one combat.
Yeah.
So that's why, okay? Now, on the other hand, we have Mando, which all he wants to do is get Grogu back.
Mm-hmm. So
this should be a very interesting situation, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, something's gonna happen here. What were you thinking? Did you see any foreshadowing at all?
I didn't necessarily pick up on any foreshadow, but I did have a feeling of some sort of conflict between Bo-Katan and Mandalorian.
Yeah. And I believe it's Bo-Katan, not Katana.
I was thinking that because she
He's young, guys.
I don't know.
So the plan involves everybody putting their heads together, right? So what happens is Bo-Katan and her crew, and then Mando and his crew are going to all go into the Imperial shuttle together and pretend like Boba Fett is chasing them out of hyperspace.
Yeah, this was actually one of my favorite scenes. It comes in, pop in, they're shooting him. They made it look pretty real. Everyone sold it. They basically tune into the, I want to say Star Cruiser, the big battleship that they have. Starship.
Imperial Star Destroyer.
And basically request for them to open the gates because they make it look like they're being raided by a pirate. And Moff Gideon, of course, gives orders to send out TIE fighters.
Oh my God. And it was kind of different because the hangar bay looked real fucking narrow, didn't it?
Yeah, super narrow. But I mean, TIE fighters are narrow,
Yeah, but when they were coming in, the Imperial shuttle closes in, so it closes it's V-shaped. I was like, there's no way that shuttle's making it in there. But long story short, it does, okay? So they kind of put this little ruse on Moff Gideon, even though you can kind of see it on his face, like he knows something's going on, okay?
Right.
So the moment they land, the stormtroopers start saying, "Hey, get this shuttle out of here because this is where we launch our TIE fighters from." They don't give a fuck. The Mandalorians come out, guns blazing. Cara Dune comes out, guns blazing, killing everybody in sight. Of course, it's all kind of a diversion, right? They're part of the first wave to draw everybody to them, so Mando can sneak out of the Imperial shuttle and kind of just slip out and find Grogu on his own.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can see that he's armed with his Beskar armor, of course, and his Beskar spear, so you know some shit's gonna go down. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Bo-Katan, I mean, her still main mission was to go get the dark saber.
No, for sure.
And find Moff Gideon.
And that's what they were doing, okay? So the first wave was not only a distraction, but she made it clear to everybody that she was to fight Moff Gideon, no one else, okay? She made it clear that that was her goal. Okay, she would help find Grogu, but when it came time to fight Moff Gideon and kill him or keep him alive, right?
Yeah, she was the one.
She was the one, that's right. So Bo-Katan and her crew pushed to the bridge, including Cara Dune, to find Moff Gideon. When they get there, of course, killing everybody inside. Which one thing I do have to say, I do love this show, but the lack of people getting hit, I think in terms of like Cara Dune, like she's just like bull rushing people. And that's cool. I mean, she looks awesome. I love it. But, at one point, like,
she doesn't.
You gotta get hit, bro.
Like,
yeah, come on, man. Like, you don't have Beskar armor at all. But, like, that's something that I can overlook because I love Star Wars. So, let's keep going here.
Yeah, but while all that's going on, we have Mandalorian on his stealth mission. He is aware of the Dark Troopers on the ship as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, that's something that we didn't say. The Doctor did inform him of Dark Troopers. And he states, of course, that they're ready for them. But he says, no, these are generation 4s or something like that. Which meant that they took the final weakness out of the Dark Troopers. Which, of course, was the humanity out of them. So now they're robotic Dark Troopers. On one hand, we have Bo-Katan, Cara Dune, and the crew at the bridge. They get there, wipe everyone out. And come to their surprise, Moff Gideon is nowhere to be seen. Okay? Reverts over to Mando as he is rushing up upon this giant blast door where the Dark Troopers are coming out of. He rushes over, sticks the master key inside and tries to shut the door and almost shuts it on them, right?
Yeah, almost.
I was like, there's no fucking way, okay? Of course, an arm comes through, the usual trope, the last arm opens the door wide enough so he himself, one Dark Trooper, can get through. And that's when I was like, oh my God, something's going to go down here.
And I'll be honest, I had no idea that Dark Troopers were going to be as strong as they were.
Yeah, they were kind of OP, weren't they?
They were very OP. And I just want to say that part where he had Mando and his head basically bashing it like a speed bag. Fuck, I don't know. Like, I thought that Mando or the Beskar steel, I thought it was going to crack, to be honest.
Yeah, for real. Like, it makes you wonder, what is the steel that was on the Dark Troopers? Because, man, I mean, his blasters wouldn't go through. His whistling birds wouldn't go through, which is his literal trope weapon.
Right.
Like, he beats everybody with that. So the moment that he discarded his entire whistling birds, I was like, okay, so he's for sure only going to have the Beskar spear to fight Moff Gideon. That's when I knew it's going to be a one-on-one battle.
But yeah, exactly. In the end, he was able to defeat the Dark Stormtrooper with the spear, just right through the neck.
Through the neck.
Ended his life. And then it came to the scene that we've all been waiting for.
That's right. The Moff Gideon versus... I thought it was going to be Bo-Katan for a slight second, but I was like, there's no way they're going to do that. So Mando gets to the cell, and of course we see Moff Gideon standing over Grogu with a darksaber, inches away from his beautiful little green head. Okay?
Mm-hmm. They try to make a compromise, I guess, or Moff Gideon does.
Yeah. What does he say again?
Take the kid, but leave my ship. We got his blood already.
Oh, yeah. He says we have all the blood that we need. So it makes me wonder, is that Snoke's blood? But that's for a different video, okay? But so he says he has all the blood that he needs, or everything that he needs from Grogu. So go ahead and take him as long as he leaves his ship immediately.
Right.
Okay? He says, I agree. And the moment that Moff Gideon...
I was like,
that can no way, bro. But for a slight second, I know you believed it.
I did. I was like, dude, is he really just going to walk off? Because I thought they were going to use the
Bo-Katan trope thing, right? Because he basically was like, do you want this lightsaber because you know that Bo-Katan wants it. He explains to Mando what the darksaber means to him and the Mandalorian people. Okay?
Exactly.
So he kind of sets him up in a way because the moment that they basically nod and say, yes, we agree, they walk past each other. Moff Gideon does the typical villain trope, okay? Swings around, tries to kill Mando, but of course, he's head to toe 90%, 95%? No, probably like 90% Beskar. I don't know, some shit like that. And that's when shit starts going down, okay? We get a nice one-on-one battle between Moff Gideon and Mando. It spills out onto the hallway, and it's kind of what I expected. I literally thought this as I was watching the battle, that Moff Gideon fights like I would fight if I wasn't Force sensitive. Just using that lightsaber like a goddamn bat, you know? Because he was just hacking away. You know, there was no grace. There wasn't anything like that. He even said you used your final weapon, which was the whistling birds. And without the whistling birds, you know, then it's a relatively fair fight. Because if he had the whistling birds, he would have killed him. For sure.
For sure.
Because he can't block those.
So after a long fight between the two, Mando eventually disarms Moff Gideon and makes him surrender.
Basically, yeah.
Doesn't kill him because obviously, like we knew from before, Bo-Katan wants to be the one to kill Moff Gideon, so decides to take him to the bridge as a prisoner.
And as you walk in, okay,
there's a big smirk on his face. You know, he's like, there's some bullshit going on.
Yeah, he knows that he set some shit up. Okay, he did the old switcheroo. Okay, so there's a great scene where we see Bo-Katan look up, and as the blast doors open, he has Grogu in one hand, the darksaber in the other, and Moff Gideon as a prisoner, shackled up, walked in with a slight grin on his face. You can tell the motherfucker knows what's going on, okay? As well, you can see Bo-Katan knows something just went down as well. And so Mando hands over his prisoner to Bo-Katan and tries to hand over the darksaber to her as well. And she kind of stands back looking at him. And that's when Moff Gideon kind of says, she can't take it. She knows she can't. And then he says, stop. Mando says basically, you know, quit playing games. Just take the goddamn saber. I don't want it. Okay? He clearly explains to Mando that she needs to win it in 1v1 combat. And we all know this bitch ain't beating Mando. Actually, it's probably going to be a good fight. But that's what keeps her from taking the saber, even though the Mandalorian keeps insisting that she takes it and stops playing these childish games.
Then there was a rude interruption by the remaining Dark Troopers that had been flushed out into space by Mandalorian when he released them from the hangar.
Yeah, we knew that it was too easy for them to be just locked away in that one door. Okay, so of course they have jet boosters come back around, make their way back into the ship, and start pounding away at the door that leads to the main bridge. Okay, it's a double blast door. And there's two Dark Troopers pounding away at the door, and they're denting this thing, so it's just a matter of time until this thing literally pops open like a can of tuna.
And they're about to fucking face a gang of the boys.
And they know, Mando knows that what it took for him to beat one, there's no way that they can beat everyone. And Moff Gideon even says, what's going to happen here within the next couple minutes is this. Everybody in this room is going to die, except for me. I'm going to get the Darksaber back, and I'm going to get Grogu. But we get an incoming vessel. A lone little X-Wing. And immediately, I don't put it together, okay? A spoiler alert once again, guys, okay? If you haven't seen this, stop right now and go watch it.
This is what you all been waiting for.
Because literally, I'm getting butterflies just talking about it now, okay? But immediately, I think, okay, it's the Rangers, or the Republic, New Republic Rangers that patrol the sector. I'm like, okay, they're here to back up Cara Dune, and even Cara Dune says, oh great, one X-Wing,
Right.
And as that X-Wing pulls in, I'm like, who else could have an X-Wing? And that's when I start losing my shit. I mean, I start nutting left, I start nutting right. I don't know what to do, okay? There's a couple shots that we see Grogu, and you can see that he senses someone coming near, and that's when I put it together. This has to be Luke Skywalker, okay? And it pans over to one of the shots is a hallway shot of a camera feed, and we see a hooded figure. At that moment, I still wasn't too sure, because I'm like, it could be anyone still,
Mm-hmm.
And then we see it, that right gloved hand that we all know so well, holding a very, very impressive and familiar green lightsaber. Immediately, I started yelling, Luke. I was I turned into a little kid again,
Luke
man.
Skywalker!
Seriously, I love this so much. This was everything that I wanted from the last 3 movies that had came out. Luke just starts wreaking havoc. I mean, this is what a trained Jedi Master would do. You know, these Dark Troopers are nothing to him. He's just walking through them, mowing them down. Anthony, I mean, I'm super nostalgic, so I couldn't even handle this. He was moving the lightsaber exactly and elegantly as I thought he would. I don't know what form he was using. I want to say form 5 or something like that, but man, somebody tell me if I'm wrong on that, but it was amazing. His ability with his force powers was awesome. He was blocking everything. I can't even.
It was great. It was.
The epic scene that we get, of course, right after that is him going down this hallway. But there was something about it. I mean, I'm not going to bitch because we got Mark Hamill, okay? But I'm thinking they probably could have gotten Sebastian Stan since he does Marvel. And Favreau is, of course, probably his friend or something like that. But it was a good choice. Either way, you know, they delivered, man. Then there was a big choice to make. Does Grogu go with Luke or does he stay with Mando?
You know, of course, he's going to choose Luke.
I mean, he wanted to go, you could tell. And Mando even said, go ahead, buddy. And Luke looks over to him and says, he's looking for your permission.
It was a very emotional scene, but...
It was. I'm not going to lie, I got a little teary-eyed. I had to turn around for my friend because I didn't want him to see me. But, yeah, man, I mean, in the end of the day, he ends up going with Luke. Luke says, you know, I'll give up my life to protect this kid. And so it made me think, is he one of his students that falls to Kylo? Or does something else happen? I can't wait to see where this is going, man. I really can't.
Well, I guess it comes down to the ratings now.
Yeah, man. I mean, out of 2 seasons, I don't want to be that guy, but this has got to be a 10 out of 10. I mean, just Mark Hamill alone makes it 10 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah, this episode was the best one by far. I give this episode a 10 out of 10 as well.
Oh, man. You know, they already have me hooked. If they keep this going, I'll give them all my money.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what Season 3 has in store. I mean, you have a few cliffhangers. Does Grogu stay in?
Ooh.
What's going to happen with the Darksaber? And
That's right.
Moff Gideon is still alive.
Oh, shit,
Does
guys.
he have force powers? I believe he does.
He doesn't have fucking force powers. Guys, I can't wait to go through this journey with you guys. If you guys have any questions or any comments, comment, rate, subscribe, help us grow. Let us know if we can do anything. And you already know, Fanboys out.